ओम श्री गुरुभ्यो नमः। हरिः ओम। सुमुखश्च एकदन्तश्च कपिलो गजकर्णकः लम्बोदरश्च विकटो विघ्नराजो विनायकः धूमकेतुर्गणाध्यक्षः फालचन्द्रो गजाननः वक्रतुण्डः शूर्पकर्णो हेरम्बः स्कन्दपूर्वजः शुक्लाम्बरधरं विष्णुं शशिवर्णं चतुर्भुजम् प्रसन्नवदनं ध्यायेत् सर्वविघ्नोपशान्तये यस्य विरदवक्त्राद्या पारिषद्या परस्ततं विघ्नं निघ्नन्ति सततं विश्वक्सेनं तमाश्रये। गुरुर्ब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णुः गुरुर्देवो महेश्वरः गुरुर्साक्षात् परं ब्रह्म तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। सच्चिदानन्दरूपाय कृष्णाय अक्लिष्टकारिणे नमो वेदान्तवेद्याय गुरवे बुद्धिसाक्षिणे कृष्णद्वैपायनं व्यासं सर्वभूतहिते रतं वेदाब्जभास्करं वन्दे समाधिनिलयं मुनिं नारायणं नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरयेत्। जन्माद्यस्य यतः अन्वयात् इतरतश्च अर्थेषु अभिज्ञः स्वराट् तेने ब्रह्महृदायः आदिकवये मुह्यन्ति यत् सूरयः तेजोवारिमृदां यथा विनिमयो यत्र त्रिसर्गो मृषा धाम्ना स्वेन सदा निरस्तकुहकं सत्यं परं धीमहि धर्मः प्रोचितकैतवोऽत्र परमो निर्मत्सराणां सतां वेद्यं वास्तवम् अत्र वस्तु शिवदं तापत्रयोन्मूलनं श्रीमद्भागवते महामुनिकृते किं वा परैरीश्वरः सद्यो हृदि अवरुध्यतेः अत्र कृतिभिः शुश्रूषुभिः तत्क्षणात् निगमकल्पतरोर्गलितं फलं सुखमुखात् अमृतद्रवसंयुतं पिबत भागवतं रसमालयं मुहुरहो रसिकाः भुवि भावुकाः नारायणं नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरयेत्। Now with Bhagavan's grace, let us continue from where we left off. In our last session, we came up to Slokam 27, Adhyayam 25, Skandham 3. Now, Devahuti, Kapila Muni, very briefly talks about what moksham is, what should be done, the importance of Bhakti Yogam, the essentiality of keeping good company, etc. Now, Devahuti begins to speak. Nama Slokam number 28. Devahuti Uvacha Kachit Tvayi Uchita Bhaktihi Kidrisi Mama Gochara Jaya Padam Te Nirvanam Anjasa Anvasnava Aham. Kachit Tvayi Uchita Bhaktihi Kidrisi Mama Gochara Jaya Padam Te Nirvanam Anjasa Anvasnava Aham. And the overall meaning of this slokam is, she says the number, we are at slokam 28. Now she says, what is the nature of true devotion? What is the type of devotional practice suited to me, which will enable me to attain your state of the nirvana with ease? Yaya, by which way? Nirvanam, the state of nirvanam, the moksha rupam, beyond the stage of dukkham and sukham. Te padam, to attain your lotus feet, to merge in you. Anjasa, immediately. Aham, I. Anvasnava, will attain. Tvayi Kachit bhaktihi, in you, kachit, what type of bhakti? Bhaktihi, uchita, what is it that should be done? Right? Mama, to me, kidrisi, what type of bhakti? Gochara, that I should follow for me. Please, that's the first, please tell me, what is the nature of devotion? That is explained by Yaya Nirvanam Te Padam Anjasa Aham Anvasnava Tvayi Kachit Bhaktihi Uchita. Tvayi Kachit Bhaktihi uchita? What type of devotion to you is the best? Uchitam. What is devotion? The first question. Then what type of devotional practice is suited to me, which will enable me to attain your lotus feet, to become one with you? Mama kidrisi gochara te padam anjasa aham anvasnava. By what type of bhakti that I should follow that will enable me to attain you immediately, your stage of nirvanam. Okay, that's the quick summary of this sloka. I think it is fairly clear. What is devotion? That type of what is the best type of devotion that should be that should be practiced to attain your lotus feet, and what is most suitable for me, right? And I want to merge in you, become one with you immediately. Anjasa. Anjasa means immediately. Then number 29. Yo yogaha bhagavat banaha. Bhagavat banaha. Nirvana atman tvaya uditaha. Kidrusaha kati cha angani yataha tattva avabodhanam. Yaha yogaha bhagavat banaha. Nirvana atman tvaya uditaha. Kidrusaha kati cha angani yataha tattva avabodhanam. Your embodiment, nirvana atman, nirvanam. Nirvanam is moksham, the final stage, attaining with there is no return. Yat gatva na nivartante. Okay, then there is no return once you achieve that. That stage, the Brahma sthitihi, that as Bhagavan was describing earlier. So that nirvana atman, that yoga which you reached with yourself as the object. Not only Bhagavan is the object of the yoga, but also is the pathway of the yoga also. That is the beauty of this whole thing. What is it? What is the yoga that you preach, that with yourself as the object? How do you describe it? And what are its various parts? And so that is the question in number 29. Yaha yogaha bhagavat banaha nirvana atman tvaya uditaha kidritaha kati cha angani yataha tattva avabodhanam. Nirvana atmanaha, O moksha rupi Bhagavan, who is the form of moksham itself, the selfless love prema. Bhagavat banaha yaha yogaha. Banam means arrow. Arrow is shot at a certain direction, directed towards. Bhagavat banaha, directed towards Bhagavan. Yaha yogaha, which yogam? Tvaya uditaha, by you, that has been preached, that has been taught. Tvaya, by you. Uditaha, has been taught. Yataha, from which yogam? Tattva avabodhanam. Tattva, the tattva means truth, satyam. Okay, tat tvam. Tat, that, tvam, you. Both are one and the same. The essence of that and you are one and the same. That's why it's called tattvam. Tattva avabodhanam. The knowledge, the anubhavam of the oneness of everything. Yataha, from which yogam? Kidrisaha, the tattva avabodhanam, that knowledge will be experienced, one can attain that. By which yogam? Kidrisaha, that yogam, what type is it? Is a question. Angani cha kati, what are the various parts to that yogam? There are infinite ways. The moment we say yoga, we think of this body thing and doing Surya Namaskaram and that kind of stuff, pranayamam and all those things. That's not Ashtanga Yogam and all. That's not what it is. See, it's a very important thing to understand. When it is reading Bhagavatam and all that, you go to the essence, the root of it. So we have to be very careful. The word yoga is so loosely used nowadays that it has lost its meaning. We have to be very careful in pushing aside all the noise and understand what exactly is the meaning of yoga. Yoga means becoming one with it, as well as the pathway, as well as the final merger. In other words, the giving up and practicing selflessness, practicing love, giving love, more and more to more and more people, etc., are going that way, practicing that. That's the pathway. Then that pathway itself will lead to the final end, the object, where the feeling of separation from that love also is dissolved. So one becomes one with that, simply speaking, one with that love itself, without any feeling of separation. That is the final object. So this is yogam. So she says, yaha yogaha, which yogam? Tvaya uditaha, that has been taught by you. And this yogam has Bhagavat Banaha. It has directed towards you, towards Bhagavan. So what is that yogam that has been taught by you? And yataha tattva avabodhanam kidrusaha. By which yogam, yataha, from which yogam, tattva avabodhanam, the knowledge of the self, the Atma Vidya, kidrusaha, is attained. And Angani kati, what type of, how many parts does it have? What are the various parts to it? Right? These are the questions that's coming. This next question she's asking. Yaha yogaha bhagavat banaha nirvana atman saya uditaha kidrusaha katicha angani yataha tattva avabodhanam. Then slokam number 30. By your grace, please explain to me in detail this very difficult yoga in a way that I, a very dull-witted, who was not used to buddhi very much, right? Very dull-witted, mandam, as we say, very slow to learn. Even I can easily grasp it. Bhagavan, when he describes, of course, he will easily grasp it. Even the most dull-witted person, it will become very clear to him. Padmapada is a classic example of Shankara Bhagavad Pada Shishya. So the important thing is the dull-wittedness is not important. What is important is Shraddha and Vinayam. Vinayam is the most important, and Shraddha, Vinayam and Shraddha are the two important things to understand something. So she says, a dull-witted person like me, please teach me in detail. So even a dull-witted person like me can grasp it very easily, she says. That is, she's talking about me. I know that. Tat etat me vijanihi yata aham mandadihi hare sukham buddhayeya durbhadam yosha bhavat anugrahat. Bhavat anugrahat, most important, with your anugraham only. That yogam, whichever yogam is the one that you taught earlier, from which one can understand the Atma Vidya itself very easily, right? That yogam, me vijanihi yata aham mandadihi hare sukham buddhayeya durbhadam yosha bhavat anugrahat. Hare, hey Hari, yosha mandadihi, me, who's a dull-witted woman, aham, I, bhavat anugrahat, with your grace, durbodham, very difficult to understand, very difficult to grasp. Tat, that yogam, right? That yogam, sukham, very easily, effortlessly, yata buddhyeya, in which way I can grasp and imbibe it. Yetat, that may to me, vijanihi, please describe to me in detail, in a way that I can understand it easily. I not understand, I can grasp it, right? I can know it very easily. And even though I'm dull-witted, and this is a very difficult thing to grasp, but please teach me in such a way that I can grasp it and I can know it easily. Tat etat me vijanihi yata aham mandadihi hare sukham buddhiyeya durbhodam yosha bhavat anugrahat. Maitreya uvacha. So these are the questions are very simple in 28 and 29 and 30. She's very simple. She says, would I want to be attained this Atma Vidya. Please teach me what you taught earlier, and so that I can know this very easily. What are the various parts it has got, this yogam? And even though I'm dull-witted and very slow to learn, please describe to me in a way where I can grasp it very easily. Maitreya Uvacha. Now Maitreya says that, learning his mother's desire and prompted by love for her, who gave birth to his body, Kapila revealed the principles of the philosophy of Sankhya, the Sankhya Yoga, and also Bhakti Yoga, the science of concentration that forms their backbone. The mind has to be focused. Manasa Bhajare Guru Charanam. The mind has to be focused on Bhagavan's lotus feet. That concentration has to begin. Okay, Dharanam has to begin. And that is the foundation of whether it's Sankhya Yogam, Bhakti Yogam, doesn't matter really. And all these are yoga, various pathways. Once they mix, once they reach the ocean, the various rivers, they all become one. It is like that. So Maitreya said, Kapila was very happy to hear this, and prompted by love to her, he revealed to her, taught her the principles of Sankhya and Bhakti and the science of concentration that forms their backbone. Maitreya Uvacha. Viditva artha kapilaha matuhu ittam jata snehaha yatra tanva abhijataha tat swamnayam yat pravadanti sankyam provacha vai bhaktihi vitana yogam. Viditva artha kapilaha matuhu ittam jata snehaha yatra tanva abhijataha tat swamnayam yat pravadanti sankyam provacha vai bhakti vitana yogam. Kapila Bhagavan, the Kapila, yatra tanva abhijataha. Yatra tanva abhijataha. Yatra means where. In this case it means yatra, which Devahuti. Okay, where is yatra, tatra? It means denotes a place, but here the place is really the Devahuti. Yatra tanva abhijataha, from which deham, from which Devahuti his body took birth. Tanva means his body. Abhijataha was born. Abhijataha was born where he manifested himself. That matuhu, that in that mother, matuhu, that mother's ittam artham, ittam, this just spoken to by his mother and asking the question, artham, the essence of her prayer, viditva, understanding that, viditva kapilaha yatra tanva abhijataha matuhu ittam artham viditva, understanding the essence of the prayer of the mother from whom his body manifested, jatasneha, viditva, understanding, jatasneha, with extreme love towards her. Not only because she happens to be the mother who gave birth to his body, but more important is the fact that a request, a prayer was most apt. You and I can make the same prayer to Bhagavan. He will respond exactly the same way, because he is looking for those earnest students who want to know. Bhagavan is looking for that. Bhagavan is looking for a bhakta. So Jatasneha, with extremely lovingly, yet Sankyam Pravadanti, whatever he taught as a Sankhya Yoga, Tat Swamnayam Bhakti Vitana Yogam. Tat Tat Tvamnayam, the one that describes those principles of Sankhya Yoga, and in addition to that, Bhakti Vidhana Yogam, the Bhakti Yogam that has got several pathways. Beautiful. I mean, in Bhagavatam, we know from Prahladan, there are 9 pathways, isn't it? And Manmana Bhava, the Manasa Bhajare Guru Charanam, that once I start thinking of Bhagavan and lovingly, slowly, go not like the way Kamsa thought of him. That's not the way Bhagavan wants. You must love him. So once that comes, that itself will guide and take you along. That Bhakti Vidhana Yogam. So Sankhya Yogam and Bhakti Yogam, Provacha, he taught, he revealed it to her. Why? The word why is very important. Certainly. And this is what happened with assurance. It comes. Viditva artam kapilaha matuhu ittam jatasnevaha yatra tanva abhijataha. Tat tvamnayam yat pravadanti sankyam provacha by bhakti vidhana yogam. Yat sankyam pravadanti, what people call as Sankhya Yoga. Tat tvamnayam, that along with, that Sankhya Yogam, that describes the various principles of Sankhya Yoga, and Bhakti Vidhana Yogam, the various aspects of Bhakti, and the foundation of both these is the concentration, the dharanam. All those various aspects of it, Provacha, he revealed to her, he taught her why this is assured, this is what happened. Maitreya uvacha viditva artha kapilaha matuhu ittam jatasnevaha yatra tanva abhijataha tat pamnayam yat pravadanti sankyam provacha vai bhakti vidhana yogam. Sri Bhagavan uvacha. Now Kapila starts speaking, and the slokam number 32, which Bhagavan says we will take up tomorrow. Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om. Samasta lokaha Sukhino bhavantu, samasta lokaha Sukhino bhavantu, samasta lokaha Sukhino bhavantu. Om Santi Santi Santi. Harihi Om.